Dear woman, before you fall in love with money, before you choose luxury over peace, before you say, I can manage him just because the lifestyle is sweet, please listen to this story. Because not every rich man is a blessing, and not every soft life comes without a price. This story is not to scare you, it is to open your eyes, especially if you believe money can fix everything. In this city, money speaks louder than truth. If you have money, people respect you. If you have money, nobody asks questions. This story is not about love. It is not about marriage. It is about money and the price some people pay for it. Her name was Adora, but everyone called her Adorable. She was tall, curvy, beautiful. When Adora walked into a room, heads turned, not just because she was pretty, but because she looked expensive. Luxury hair, designer clothes, diamond earrings shining under soft light, foreign bags resting on her arm. People respected her without knowing her story, and she enjoyed it. But Adora was not born into luxury. She grew up poor, very poor. She remembered sleeping in a small room with worn furniture. She remembered hunger. She remembered shame. She remembered how people looked down on her family. Poverty scared Adora more than death. One night, while sitting alone by a window, she made a promise to herself. I will never be poor again, no matter what it takes. From that day, money became her goal, her focus, her dream. Love was optional. Comfort was not. As she grew older, Adora chased soft life. She dressed well even when she could not afford it. She admired rich women and promised herself she would become one. She believed money was power. Money was safety. Money was life. Then one evening, everything changed. It happened at a charity event. The hall was beautiful. Bright lights, well-dressed people, luxury everywhere. Adora walked in confidently, dressed like a queen. That was when she noticed him. His name was Gideon. He was not loud, he did not show off, but when he stood up to donate millions, the room went quiet. People respected him instantly. Adora watched closely. This, she thought, is the kind of man I need. They spoke briefly that night. He was calm, quiet, powerful. He did not promise love. He did not flirt too much. But soon, the gifts started coming. Money, jewelry, luxury car rides, shopping trips. Adora's life began to change fast. She moved from dreaming about luxury to living inside it. Diamonds rested on her table. Designer bags filled her room. City lights followed her wherever she went. She felt proud. She felt safe. She felt like she had finally escaped poverty. But Adora did not ask questions. Because when money is talking, curiosity becomes silent. She did not ask where the money came from. She did not ask why Gideon lived quietly. She only enjoyed the comfort. Standing alone on her balcony one night, looking at the glowing city below, Adora smiled. She believed her life had finally begun. But what she did not know was this. The man she met at that charity event was hiding a secret. A secret that would later turn her luxury into fear. Because not all money is clean, and not all wealth is free. After 3 months of courtship, Gideon proposed to Adorable, and she accepted. The wedding was big, very big. Lagos talked about it for weeks. Adorable became the woman every girl watched online. Her pictures were everywhere. Gold hair, diamond earrings, designer shoes that cost more than some people's houses. She smiled in every photo. People said she was lucky.
Some said she was smart. Others said she was just after money. But Adorable did not care. She had finally entered the life she dreamed of. The wedding hall was filled with important people, politicians, business owners, pastors, celebrities. Gideon stood beside her, calm as always. No excitement, no nervous smile, just quiet confidence. When they said, "You may kiss the bride," the crowd cheered. But Gideon's kiss was soft, short, controlled. That night, Adorable entered Gideon's mansion as a wife. The house was too quiet. Big rooms, soft lights, cold walls. Everything looked expensive, but something felt missing. Gideon showed her around the house, the living room, the kitchen, the guest rooms. Then he stopped at one door. "This room is private," he said. His voice was calm but firm. Adorable laughed. Every man has secrets, she thought. At least this one is rich. She didn't ask questions. That night, Adorable dressed beautifully. Luxury nightwear, perfume that filled the room. She waited. Gideon entered late. He barely spoke. He touched her hand gently, then stood up. "I need rest," he said. That was all. No romance, no closeness. Adorable was confused, but she blamed stress. Rich men are always tired, she told herself. Days passed, then weeks. Money flowed freely. Cards, cars, clothes, trips. Adorable shopped like a queen. She posted pictures. She laughed with friends. But at night, her husband always left the bedroom. Always. Quietly. And every morning he returned calm, as if nothing happened. Adorable started noticing something strange. Gideon never slept beside her. Never. Still, she said nothing, because the life was sweet, too sweet to question. What Adorable did not know was this: some men don't sleep on beds. Some secrets wait for marriage before they come out.
Marriage changed Adorable's life, but not in the way she expected. By day, she lived like a queen. Luxury cars waited for her. Designer clothes filled her wardrobe. Diamonds rested on her skin like they belonged there. Money answered her before she spoke. Her friends admired her. Some were jealous, some were curious. They always asked the same question: how is married life? Adorable smiled. She always smiled. But at night, that smile disappeared because Gideon never slept beside her. Every night, he left the bedroom quietly. No noise, no explanation. And every morning, he returned calm, neat, and untouched, like a man who slept very well. At first, Adorable ignored it. The life was too sweet to question. But women talk. And one afternoon, while sitting with her friends at a luxury restaurant, the question came again. "So, how is your husband in bed?" They laughed. Adorable laughed too. Then she spoke without thinking. "He doesn't sleep in the bedroom," she said. "He sleeps somewhere else." The table went quiet. "Where?" someone asked. Adorable hesitated. "There's a room," she said slowly. "A private room. He locks it." Her friends exchanged looks. One of them laughed nervously. "Maybe he has another woman." Another whispered. "Or maybe he's into strange things." Adorable shrugged. "I don't know," she said, "but he never sleeps on a bed." That was all. Just a careless confession. But rumors don't need much food. They grow on small words. By the next day, the story had changed. People were saying Gideon slept in a box. Some said a wooden one, some said a coffin. No one knew the truth, but the rumor spread fast. Adorable began to notice things too. Some nights she heard a heavy object being dragged. Sometimes she smelled strange oils in the hallway. And always that locked door. Fear tried to enter her heart, but money pushed it away. Every rich man has secrets, she told herself. At least, this one takes care of me. So she stayed quiet. She enjoyed the money, the trips, the praise. She chose comfort over questions. What Adorable didn't know was this: some secrets don't stay buried forever, and some coffins are not meant for the dead alone. Money can hide many things. For Adorable, it hid fear. After the rumors started, something changed in the house. Not the money, not the luxury, but Gideon. He became quieter, more careful. Some nights, he didn't come home at all. Other nights, he returned very late, always tired, always distant. Yet, his businesses were growing. New buildings, new contracts, more money, too much money. Adorable noticed something else. Her body started changing. She felt weak often, dizzy, sick without reason. Doctors said nothing was wrong. Maybe stress, they said. But Adorable knew her body. Something was off. At night, the strange sounds continued. Heavy movements, slow dragging noises, and sometimes whispers, low, careful, like prayer spoken backward. Adorable tried to ignore it. She focused on shopping, parties, trips. She drowned fear with luxury. One afternoon, while Gideon was away, she noticed something strange. A smell. Strong, bitter. It came from the private hallway, the locked door. Her heart beat fast. She stood there for a long time. She did not open it. Fear held her back. That night, she dreamt of blood. She saw herself lying on cold ground, money raining from the sky, and Gideon standing far away, counting it calmly. She woke up screaming. Sweat covered her body. From that day, the money felt different, heavy, like it was watching her. Adorable began to ask questions, small ones. Gideon answered calmly, too calmly. Everything is fine, he said. Rest, but peace never returned, because wealth taken wrongly always comes with a bill, and soon it would be time to pay. Fear does not knock, it waits. For days after the nightmare, Adorable could not sleep. The house felt different. The walls felt closer. The silence felt louder. And that locked door, it started calling her. Gideon traveled again. No goodbye, no explanation. That night, the house was too quiet. No guards moving, no footsteps, no sounds. Adorable stood up from her bed. Her heart was beating fast. Her hands were shaking. She walked slowly down the hallway, step by step. The air became cold. That smell came back again. Bitter, old, heavy. She stopped in front of the private door, the one she was told never to open. For the first time since her marriage, she asked herself a simple question. What if the rumors are true? She touched the door. It was not locked. Her heart dropped. Slowly, she pushed it open. The room was dark. No windows, no light. She reached for the switch. Click. The light came on, and Adorable screamed. In the middle of the room was a coffin. Not buried, not broken, clean, polished, open. A coffin made for sleeping. Inside it, there was a pillow, a folded blanket. Beside it were strange oils, black candles, and symbols carved into the floor. Her legs gave way. She fell to the ground. The rumors were not rumors.
Her husband slept in a coffin. Suddenly, she heard a sound behind her. Footsteps. Slow, calm. She turned. Gideon was standing at the door, quiet as always. "You are not supposed to see this," he said. His voice did not shake. Adorable cried. "What is this?" she shouted. "What kind of man are you?" Gideon looked at her for a long time. Then he spoke. "This is the reason for everything. The money, the growth, the power." Adorable's heart sank. "You used this?" she whispered. Gideon nodded. "I don't sleep like other men." Fear wrapped around her throat. "And me?" she asked. "What is my place in all this?" Gideon stepped closer. "You are my wife," he said. "You are part of the blessing." Those words broke her. That night, Adorable did not sleep. She locked herself in her room. She cried until morning. Her marriage was not a marriage. It was an agreement she never signed. What Adorable did not know yet was that the worst truth had not been revealed, because the coffin was only the beginning.
She did not scream this time. She did not cry. She just sat there on the bathroom floor, staring at her hands. They were shaking, not from fear alone, but from something deeper. Something inside her body felt wrong. For days now, her strength had been leaving her. Her sleep was broken. Her dreams were dark and heavy. She thought it was stress. She thought it was fear. But this morning, her body spoke clearly. She was bleeding. Not pain, not sickness, just blood and silence. She held the pregnancy test in her hand. It fell to the floor. Positive. Her breath stopped. Her heart raced. "How?" she whispered. She remembered the nights. Gideon always choosing the time, always lighting candles, always whispering words she did not understand. Her chest tightened. A memory hit her hard. Him placing his hand on her stomach, smiling, not like a husband, like a man checking an investment. She rushed to the mirror. Her face looked thinner. Her eyes looked tired. This pregnancy was not life. It was draining her. She went to the hospital alone. No Gideon, no driver. The doctor's face changed as the scan went on. Too quiet, too serious. "What is it?" she asked. The doctor swallowed. "This is not pregnancy," he said slowly. "Something strange is growing in you." Her ears rang. "Strange how?" she whispered. The doctor hesitated. "Something I have never seen in my years of experience," he said. "It was whatever it is, it cannot explain." Her heart dropped. The pieces came together. The sudden increase in Gideon's wealth, the contracts, the deals, the donations, all after she got married, all after her body became the altar. She remembered the coffin. She covered her mouth. "He used me," she cried. "My womb for his money." The doctor's voice shook. "If this continues," he said, "you may not survive." That night, she returned home quietly. Gideon was on the phone, laughing, talking about millions. She stood behind him, unseen. Her hands were on her stomach. Tears ran down her face. She finally understood. He didn't just sleep in a coffin. He was burying her slowly while alive. She turned and walked away. Not loudly, not in anger, but with a decision forming in her heart. If he used her body for money, then she would take back her life, even if it meant blood, even if it meant fire. Because some marriages are not unions, they are sacrifices. And this one was not finished yet. She did not cry anymore. Tears were finished.
Fear had turned into clarity. Adorable stood in front of the mirror that morning, one hand on her stomach, the other gripping the sink. The truth was clear now. Her womb was not carrying life, it was carrying money. Every deal Gideon closed, every alert on his phone, every new car in the garage, it was feeding on her, slowly, quietly, killing her. That night, Gideon prepared the room again, the coffin room. Candles lit, chants whispered, money waiting on the table like a reward. He smelled at her. "You look beautiful tonight," he said. She smiled back. For the first time, he did not notice anything strange. She stepped into the room willingly, knelt, closed her eyes, and listened. As Gideon began the ritual, she remembered her old life, the small room, the hunger, the prayers. She remembered how she loved money more than peace, more than warning, more than her own life. Then she stood up. The candles flickered violently. "What are you doing?" Gideon asked. Her voice was calm. "You said it's the love between us that makes you rich," she said. "But I know it's not the love. It's what makes me a woman, my womb. So tonight I take it back." She pushed the coffin. Gideon laughed until the markings on the floor began to burn. The air turned heavy. The chant turned to screams. The coffin snapped shut. And this time, he was inside it. The money on the table caught fire. The lights went out. By morning, the mansion was silent. No Gideon, no wealth, no magic, just ashes. Weeks later, Adorable was gone. Some said she left the country. Some said she went back to her mother's house. Some said she lost everything. But one thing was true. She was alive. No diamonds, no luxury cars, no designer bags, but breathing. And every time she passed a woman chasing wealth with desperation in her eyes, she whispered one truth: money that comes easy will always ask for blood.
Not every rich smile brings safety. Not every luxury is a blessing. When money becomes your god, it will demand your blood. Choose peace over riches because life has no replacement. Thanks for watching till this time. Please subscribe to my channel for more moral stories.